What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait What We Talking About podcast, episode 70. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and you can catch the podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we're usually joined by guests or sometimes we're flying solo, but we talk about some random topics for you, have some fun, and you can join in the conversation with us. If you can't catch it live, you can always catch it over on YouTube and SoundCloud the following Friday, where it's posted as one big video or MP3 for your amusement. If you ever have a topic you want us to discuss, you can always put it in the comment section down below, and we might get to it. Remember, guys, that this is brought to you by the merch store. You can get all of your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. So rep the brand, support us. It would be greatly appreciated. So yes, another solo episode just because my poor planning and didn't invite anybody. So that's on me. But it's been an interesting week. A lot of changes happening IRL. So it's been juggling what's going to happen with this, what's going to happen with that. We'll see. Took a little break from streams, but you know, it's all good. So yeah, I was trying to think of topics as well for myself. So I definitely have two. The third one might be a Hail Mary shot in the dark when we get to that point. Just kind of gonna play it by the seat of our pants. But I wanted to start off with a topic we've kind of been talking about on streams lately, or at least the past couple weeks. And it's Mortal Kombat 11. I want to talk about that and my impressions, I guess, of it after a year of it being out and playing it. Recently on streams, we played through Injustice 1, Injustice 2, and then Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, leading up to the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath DLC. So with revisiting these games, I was kind of talking about this is the pros, this is the cons of this game. So I kind of wanted to delve more into it. And since those streams, I've been playing those games, at least Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11, a lot more than I was. And I think I might be coming around to Mortal Kombat 11 a little bit more. I was kind of against it. Not that it was a bad game. There was just certain aspects I didn't think were as fun as previous iterations, like Mortal Kombat X, which blew up and was a blast, and then Justice 2 felt like it had that replayability. Mortal Kombat 11 seemed to be lacking that, in just that it's tower mode, your basic gameplay after the story, I guess, other than online, if you're one of those people that does that, just didn't seem as fun because of the modifiers that they had. They had modifiers in other games like Mortal Kombat X and Injustice, but it was kind of like sporadic when those would show up in the towers. It wasn't every tower as it's in Mortal Kombat 11. So early on, I was getting very frustrated with that, especially a certain tower where the modifier would make the screen go black at random intervals. So you were just fighting in the dark for no apparent reason. And Noob Saibot would kick your ass all the time. So it's like, well, this is frustrating. But as I've been playing it more and more, revisiting the story mode always has been top notch. And they just keep getting better and better with NetherRealm producing these games and making these storylines. But yeah, the story mode is great. And revisiting the game since then and replaying that and the Aftermath DLC, which was great as well. It's been a lot of fun. I haven't been getting as annoyed as I thought it would be. I've played online, which surprisingly was for the first time since the game came out in a year. I remember playing back in the beta, and that was fun. NetherRealm's definitely got their netcode and their connectivity spot on, so it's not like you get a bad connection, which unfortunately can be the downfall of a lot of fighting games and makes it not particularly entertaining to do for a long time. But yeah, I've been playing more online. I was playing more of the tower mode, and it seems like they kind of have either modified it so there's not as many modifiers in the match, or just maybe I'm not noticing them as much. Maybe they're just not as cheap as the ones I thought they were, or how they were originally, I guess. And then also I'm learning more characters. I only had Liu Kang, one character that I was pretty comfortable with when it first launched. Now I'm learning more characters, at least I think easier than it was. So I still have Liu Kang that I can use. Sindel is a lot of fun. I had Jax a little bit. Another DLC character, Nightwolf. I've been picking him up. He's been a blast. Who else is there that we've been using? I talked about Sindel already. Oh, Cassie Cage a little bit here and there. She was a lot of fun in X, but has a newer moveset in 11. But I think that's added a little bit more variety, obviously, instead of just sticking with the one character over and over and over again, because you're going to see the same moves. So it's not really fun if you're just kind of repeating everything. Repetition can only go so far before it's just a chore. So maybe that was a big factor, and maybe, that's on me that I didn't branch out to other characters. But yeah, I've been having more fun with it, and it seems like not always, but I want to set more time aside to play that game, which I'm happy, because like I said, once again, there's a lot of good in this game, and it's kind of like a big love letter to Mortal Kombat fans. Like, the story mode, as I mentioned, fantastic, but then there's just so many references and little nods and things towards the previous games, which I haven't played most of them, but picking up on the lore here and there, I'm like, oh, that's that character, oh, that's that character, this person's not here, this person's dead or alive for this reason. And a big factor of that is the crypt, where you can unlock the fatalities, brutalities, different skins, different augments, the gear pieces, which I'll talk about in a minute. And the crypt's just a lot of fun, because you're literally walking around in Mortal Kombat, almost like a open world type thing, except it's not, but just walking around this level, and you can explore, get the chests open, find different things, and solve these puzzles, and find even more stuff to get. So it's been fun just running back in there from time to time. And, getting some of the currency in game is a little, like a chore, almost. They fixed it since launch. It was, very difficult to get some of the currency. So there's 3 currencies in total. There's gold, which is easy to get. There's souls, and then there's hearts. I believe the gold and the souls you get just by playing normal matches. The hearts you can only get by performing fatalities and brutalities. I don't think you get them for fatal blows. So at the end of the match, you have to do that, which isn't the worst thing, but once again, sometimes repetition feels like a chore. So seeing the same fatality over and over and over and over again, it kind of loses the magic, So it's not that fun to do. And when you were only earning 1 per action, it just sucked, because some of those chests in the crypt, they cost 250 hearts. Wait a minute, you're telling me I gotta do 250 fatalities? And there's so many in the crypt. I think there was 1 per character, because they're character specific ones. God damn. They finally went back and adjusted it. They bumped it up a little bit. It's not a lot, but it does go a lot quicker. I think it's 3 for fatality, 5 for brutality. So, like I said, not the astronomical spike, but the numbers do go faster. So with that, those changes, it definitely makes it feel more rewarding, and progress is being made. Now back to the crypt. I mentioned some of the chests have gear pieces. Gear pieces to customize your characters and fighters. You think that'd be cool, right? Well, yeah, sure. If I can actually see this item that's going on the character. So each character has 3 things that you can change. Usually it's their mask or some kind of head cosmetic change. Those ones are cool. You're going to see that no problem. Awesome. Then the other 2 are pretty questionable. It's either their weapon or something attached to their outfit that you're rarely ever going to see during the match, and it just seems pointless. I understand they were trying to take what was the big selling point, or a big selling point, of Injustice 2, where you're superheroes and you get to change your gear and make these different costumes. It made more sense in that game. There, you can go through the fucking library of comics that superheroes come from, and you can see so many different outfits. Obviously, whether it's just the comics alone, or you go to movies, you go to TV shows, you go to whatever. There's so many things that you can customize, or at least see different aspects of the characters. So it made more sense there. And also in Justice, you could customize more important things. I talked about the head cosmetic that you could do. In Injustice, you had a headpiece, you had your chest, you had your arms, you had your legs, and then maybe one other thing, like a cape or something. Like, everything was visible and, like, not in your face, but, like, present. So it felt like it was your character. Mortal Kombat 11, I get the concept, but just it doesn't mean as much because, like I said, maybe it's this little tiny little thing on their hip that you're rarely gonna see. What is the point? So I don't know. That didn't really hit the nail on the head like I think they were hoping. But yeah, I think overall the game's just been a lot more fun than I originally remember it being. And like I said, story mode was great, and the amount of content in it was great. It just didn't have that fun factor like an Injustice 2, like a Mortal Kombat X, where I put hours and hours and hours into these games because I just wanted to keep playing. It wasn't rinse, repeat, grind, la la la, etc. Now, what do they do from here? Like, what changes do I think they need to make? We'll stick with costumes for a little bit and gear just because we were talking about that, but I think they gotta nix the gear. Get that out of there. Cosmetics and customizing your character is not a bad thing. They also have different skins and like 10 different color palettes swapped for each skin, which is cool, but I kind of want just the simple, like, here's, like I talked about it on stream. This story mode focus on time travel, getting everybody from different time eras and timelines together, and then big battle and whatever. Why not use that to your advantage? Why not have Mortal Kombat 1 Scorpion, Mortal Kombat 2 Scorpion, Mortal Kombat 9 Scorpion, Mortal Kombat 10 Scorpion? Like, just have the different iterations of games have their skin, so you could pick what Scorpion you want, you pick what Johnny Cage you want, pick what Raiden you want, and then go from there. Like, it just seemed like the simplest solution or idea. They're just like, nah, don't want to do that. Like, I would have been so stoked with that. And along the same lines as you could customize your moveset. Not personally my favorite thing, but I get it. I see how it could be a perk. Super low res MK1 mocap skin. Exactly, Jeff. Exactly. Like, I don't get it. Like, in MKX, I thought they did a really cool and interesting take of having the 3 variation system. So what it was you pick your character, and then you have your variations, like 3 distinct move sets. 90% of the moves all the same. Punches are the same, kicks are the same, but the specials were different. Maybe this one leads to an easier combo. Maybe this one leads to a pop off the ground. Maybe this one's good in the corner. They were just slightly different, and it was only like maybe 4 moves, or 3 or 4 moves. They were different. But it gave each of their characters like a slight difference and almost feel like a different character entirely. In this one, you have slots that you use or allocate. You have 3 slots, and then there's like 10 moves, if not more, that you choose from. This one's a 1-slot move. This one's a 2-slot move. There's some that are 3-slot moves. Why? Just because. Why not? So you got to kind of micromanage what moves you want, what moves you don't. Some replace other moves. Some make some better. Reasons. So having that, it just didn't seem interesting. So yeah, I think moving away from this game, the next one, Mortal Kombat 12, whatever it is, I think you got to get rid of the customization, at least how it is right now. If you still want to keep colors, that's fine, but make it just, I'm going to the fighter screen. No, I don't want to customize anything before RPG Maker, whatever. I go to the character select screen. I pick my character. I can pick a skin. If I want to pick a color, I could do that, similar to Marvel vs. Capcom, or I'm sure there's 800 other fighting games that do that. Street Fighter. Pick your skin. If you want to pick a different color, you can pick a different color. And then either just have one move set per character, or do something like the variations where it's like set move sets. I don't know. I don't want to have to create a character to then go play that character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Just make it simple. I don't need this super in-depth thing that there is. And Injustice 2 had this flaw too, a little bit. They didn't go as extensive with the slot system and like each move cost this much. You could unlock different moves for each character, but it was like this move replaces this move if you want it. And you could equip 2, I think. So I guess they did do the slot system. I apologize. But yeah, it was a straight up replacement. It wasn't like, and you get this move in addition kind of thing. So you didn't get that little like, not even pay to win because you can't even buy the moves, but I don't know, that little like hidden feature type deal. I don't know. So that was weird. And I hope they move past it. Story wise, we talked about it after Aftermath. Like, it's a hard reset, which is cool. It's exciting to see where it's going to go. Maximilian Dude thinks it's going to go to Shaolin Monks 2. I haven't played Shaolin Monks 1 or seen that, so I don't know. People like it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they go from there. Obviously, they're still going to have Mortal Kombat for some reason, even though Liu Kang's in charge, but reasons. Are we going to see characters return? Are we going to see just a bunch of new characters? Obviously, we have the ones that are dead. But yeah, it's a hard reset. We'll have to see where it goes from here. I mean, we're not going to see this game for quite some time, just based on their development cycle. They were going Mortal Kombat Injustice, at least for the past like couple of years. But there's rumors that they're working on something different. So we'll see. It'll probably be like mid next generation, if even that early. But yeah, solid game overall. Like I said, presentation-wise, they nailed it. Content-wise, they nailed it. It was just that fun factor that was lacking for a while, and I'm realizing it or regaining it, I guess. I don't know, now. And I would definitely recommend it. It's a great game, beautiful game. Graphics are amazing. But yeah, just be aware that sometimes those modifiers are a little bullshit. And you can counter them. Like, you get to pick your own modifiers, which is good. Like, plus on this damage, I get armor, I can heal myself, I can get an assist. Like, that's good, but whew, man, that one fucking tower, a lot of anger. Very frustrating. But yeah, just wanted to kind of chat about Mortal Kombat real quick and just share my recent feelings with that. Short, sweet, to the point. Mortal Kombat 11. Being fun.